This is where football is played for the love of the game. No indoor fields, no prima donnas, no wimps. Here, the rules are fiercer, the clock is faster, and halftime is a break, not a vacation. This is football the way it was meant to be played. In giant coliseums, in major cities, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, where the fans want the game pushed to the extreme. Risky plays, fearless tackles, and one more thing. No fair catches.
That doesn't going to lead to anybody. And if they think that, they can kiss my ass.
Welcome to the RawDawgers Sportscast Live. I sound like a little like Jim McMahon there, I think, didn't I?
Yeah.
Just for touting it.
The man is broken in half.
All right. Of course, the newest thing this past weekend, we're going to get right into it. XFL.
Yep.
Coming back this past weekend.
Football
for the third,
is still here.
Yeah, third time around. Of course, we're totally pumped about football still being back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But first time around was 2001. Had it in the promo there. 8 teams, but it was only for one season.
Yep.
It was so great too.
And they started, I remember this, they started doing promotions for it in 1999. And Jim McMahon and Dick Ebersol, he was the lead sports guy over NBC Sports. He was the guy that created what we know now as Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Way to go,
So,
Dick.
yeah, way to go, Dick.
Nice Dick.
Yeah, nice Dick. So,
This is going to be a good one.
So, just going back to that promo a little bit, I think they had like 2 years to tout all this, and that was just one of them there. And it was just there was so much promo. There was so much promo going into it, and we had to.
Keep going.
Okay, and we had to. It just was built up so much, and then it didn't come out until 01 in that spring. And it was right after, I believe it was the first game was like right about this time of year.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it like April back then?
Was it April then?
Because I remember like playing out like when I was in
Outside.
I was in school, and then we went home and fucking watched that.
Some of the team names from back in the day, this definitely wouldn't fly nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
So there's 8 original teams. The New Jersey Hitmen,
God, I love that.
the Memphis Maniacs, and the LA Extreme, just to name 3 of the 8. What are we doing? I mean, how's that going to work? Would it work today?
Sounds like WNBA teams, honestly.
Or it sounded,
Extreme.
yes, or it sounded like the old NFL Blitz.
Well,
Yeah.
why don't these
They should've
XFL
just called it
players?
XFL Blitz.
Right, they should have.
These XFL players are doing the same thing as the NFL players. Why aren't they making as much money as the NFL players?
It's equality.
Yeah, equality,
It's
right?
not about viewership or
That's
anything.
true. Yeah, you have a great point there. I didn't think about that angle.
There's no way this league should fail.
No.
Right.
No.
So,
It should lose money.
Right, it
They
should.
should.
Hand over fist.
Right.
except NFL just giving them money.
Yeah, just,
I want to get into that a little bit. I mean, we've been seeing some of even during the Super Bowl, we saw some of the promos for USFL that was in there. And
when
then,
does that start?
That's
in, like,
actually,
June or something,
yeah,
isn't it?
I think it's right after that. What the problem is, though, is do you think?
So XFL will be done and then it'll be
Yeah,
USFL?
yeah, because there's going to be.
Because what a dickhead move if they just the USFL is like backed by the NFL and then they just start 3 weeks later than
Right.
the XFL. And they just look at the Rock like.
I think all of it's good for the NFL. It's good for football. Like
Yeah.
now with legal betting, like how do you not want more football all the time? I'd rather bet football than anything else.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're not going to bet like women's water polo from down under, right?
Yeah, we're not Mark.
Anyway, so Ebersol and McMahon got together back in the day, and the opening game was much bigger than NBC numbers really projected, but it unfortunately failed after one season.
Yeah. That's
back then, and I think part of it, and this is just me, I think part of it was people were expecting a game where there was going to be like no flags. You're just going to be able to get away with like cheap shots. It was going to be
NFL Blitz.
Yeah, basically NFL Blitz.
It was the 2000 Ravens team, but they could have knives.
Right. They just got to get rid of the white suit.
Yeah, literally Ray Lewis.
They had to be able to explain it in court.
Yeah.
Go back there.
Plausible denial.
Right. Another thing I think this might have been a problem with the old XFL was there was no franchise fees. So McMahon and Ebersol, basically NBC and WWF at the time, basically owned it all.
Yeah, so there's no part of the city owning any of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no ownership there whatsoever. The no holds barred mentality. We saw that in that clip. Some of the gimmicks, I think, though, were a real big problem back then. The possession by the midfield scramble.
Oh, dude, that was so awesome, though.
I mean, it was awesome, but then you had players that you want to, they get fucked up and they'd want to.
Well, that was the whole. They shouldn't have put like your best players out there. Like make it some special teams asshole that goes out there. You know
well, there was a clip that I saw. There was one guy that raced out there and he had to actually play corner or safety on one of the teams, and he just totally like his knee was going the other way. It looked like something out of the program.
So you should have just made all the fathers of sons use their sons.
Right.
And they had to go out there and get the ball.
The fathers of sons.
The sons of the fathers, you know what I'm saying? The kids. Have the kids out there.
Oh.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was great showmanship. You can never knock fucking Vince McMahon and putting on a good
That's
show.
probably why it was so huge, is because they knew he's the promoter.
Right.
So you got everybody from wrestling.
And you had that 2
And
years.
they're like, hey, I like football.
But
too.
you imagine if they would have put like Goldberg and Steve Austin and The Rock in that league.
Oh.
I mean, all of those WWE dudes could have played.
Well,
for sure.
I think you brought it up too. I mean, wasn't some of the WWF announcing guys, weren't they doing games?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they did the first one or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember who. It wasn't Bobby the Brain Heenan out there.
Right. Well, they weren't playing on Sundays, right? Weren't they playing on like Saturday night?
Yeah, I think that was
Friday night or something.
Yeah, that was another thing too. We're gonna get into that somewhat with this new XFL. Some of the other gimmicks, though, I think it might have shut it down a little bit. Were hot tubs in the end zone.
So there's just fans.
You just have fans, or maybe somebody that dislocated their knee clear across their back. They would just get in a hot tub down there with one of the cheerleaders.
Right.
Some guy that just took a shit.
All the shit
washing off in the hot tub.
All the shit that they would do with cheerleaders back then, like.
Yeah.
There's no way that would fly on cable now.
No.
So like. If they really want to do the XFL the old way now, like just put it on like fucking HBO or something.
Well, so this was 20 years ago. It was pre 9/11 that year.
Right.
That happened.
Right.
I mean, nothing against that, but I feel like things really started to get ultra sensitive around that time. After that happened.
They'll look back in the history books and this is the start of the pussification of America.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this other.
Can't even carry a gun on a plane anymore.
Can't even jack off on a plane anymore.
The other clip I wanted to show here was there was some backstage live footage of threatening to go into the cheerleader locker room. So watch this.
Oh, dude, I told you I couldn't.
You couldn't get that one?
Clip.
Oh, okay, all right, that's fine. But basically, what
the
happened?
dude was in like a fucking hockey mask or a catcher's mask.
He was in a catcher's mask. McMahon's out on the field, and he's just out. I think that was actually part of the problem too. Like McMahon didn't know. Like how the NFL worked or how real sports worked,
because everything to him is a soap opera. Sports.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, he went out there anyway. So they actually were talking to the cheerleaders on the field. And they're like, "Oh yeah, why don't you come on back? And it was so good. Come back and see us in the locker room. Wait till we get out of these." I'm like, yeah, that's never ever gonna fly nowadays.
No.
And then they actually had a clip of a cameraman going back there.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah, and trying to get into the ladies' locker room, and it's like, yeah,
Well-
come on in. You hear somebody from the back end of. I'm like, okay.
It wasn't even,
Absolutely.
and it wasn't even like, what channel was it on? Was it like TNN or something?
Well, they had UPN. It was
Or
a
UP
UPN.
Well, UPN wasn't it on Spike?
It might have been. I don't know. Well, NBC had the rights to it because of Dick Ebersol.
Okay,
Okay,
so it
so
was
they
on
had the
NBC.
rights to it, but then they had their affiliates. You know, this is back in the day when they had those gigantic satellite dishes that looked like overgrown saucer
Yeah,
slabs.
I mean, this is like right around the time where people started to get cable boxes like all
Right,
the time.
right.
You know, a lot of
So-
people are still doing the fucking bullshit
Yeah.
cable 60
Yeah,
channels.
there was no streaming.
No,
There
absolutely
was
not.
no iPhone, none of
No,
that. So,
No, there was like 20 meg download speeds at that point.
right. So, some of the parts, though, of the XFL, they decided to go ahead and keep. After they went under, the NFL went ahead and kept those. A lot of the things we know today, Skycam was something that was innovated by the original XFL. Player mics. Mic'd up players, that was something that the XFL did first, just to name a couple of them. Of course, they didn't keep, some random dude during the commercial break going back and trying to sneak a peek back there at the cheerleaders.
Right.
They should have.
They should
Especially in
have.
Dallas.
Yeah, you got to watch that on Pornhub now, I think.
Yeah.
You got to subscribe and everything.
I'm sure it's there.
Pretty sure. All right.
What's the title on Pornhub? Like horny cameraman stepdaughter?
Yeah.
Everything's stepdaughter.
Yes.
Stepdaughter cheerleader, horny cameraman.
Stepsister.
Yeah.
Oh. So then let's fast forward a little bit. We'll go to the XFL in 2020.
No chance.
Yeah, no chance. Of course, COVID hit that year.
Yeah.
Right.
It was definitely
Right when it was starting.
Well,
Right when it
I thought
started.
when that was going on, it was good to watch. It was just good to watch anything.
Yeah. Because they have it timed perfectly. It's in a dead period. It's before like NBA playoffs.
Before free
Yeah.
agency,
Yeah.
before
right.
I just if the NFL was smart, they would try to like keep nurturing this thing because I think it could become something that, boom, Super Bowl ends 2 weeks later.
Well, and that
You
goes
got football
that
to
goes
watch.
back to my previous question for you guys too. It seemed like in the Super Bowl we were seeing like the USFL commercials.
See nothing about the XFL.
Yeah, but nothing about the XFL. But originally, back in the day, I mean, McMahon was going against the grain here, and going
Right.
against the the deity that was the XFL. So now, and McMahon, that was the other thing too. They brought that up on the 30 for 30 about the XFL. I don't know if you guys remember that or not.
I gotta watch that again. I haven't watched that in years.
But there was clips, on there with Ebersol and McMahon sitting across from each other at some fancy steakhouse.
Well, and
It was all
they had a bunch of ex-NFL players that were.
Yeah, they were good.
It was like Dick Butkus and
Yeah.
they had a lot of people helping fucking
Yeah.
hype this thing up.
Yeah, they were definitely doing. I mean, Dick Butkus was out on the field for the very first game, and
Right.
basically he was announcing that there wasn't going to be any fair catches.
God, if I was a punter, I would just kick it as high as I possibly could.
I mean, people were getting laid out.
Right.
I mean, let alone the scramble to see who won the first possession
Right.
of the game. They were just getting laid out. So, I mean, who knows? They may not have had enough players to continue a second season.
I think it's cool too, just for the dudes that get another chance to play football.
Oh, yeah.
And they're making
Because
decent
most
money.
of them are
Yeah.
just they're right there to be practice squad
Right.
for the NFL, and they're just that much behind.
Right.
And now you got to go be a fucking carpenter or some bullshit.
Right.
Like
Ripping
it gives them an option.
Yeah. So it's
Be a-
like
be a
back
middle
during,
school
it's
coach.
back during the 50s, when we're actually playing against
Yeah.
guys that didn't have,
Smoking cigarettes on the sideline.
yeah, smoke cigarettes, taking speedies or whatever in the locker room,
Yeah.
whatever, Candy Stabler,
They call
like
it-
smoking in the locker room.
I think that's called enough.
Well, who was the one dude that played for like fucking 30 years? Some other Raiders player.
It was, wasn't it the kicker?
Well, didn't
yeah.
he play another position too for a while, and then he ended up being a kicker?
Yeah, I can't remember it. I know, I can't remember either.
He's like, I can't run anymore. You guys need a
Yeah.
Well,
kicker?
that was Lou Groza.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Well, that was one. Yeah, but there was one on the Raiders.
Yeah.
Uh,
One Stabler was-
Anderson. Was it Morton Anderson?
No, Morton Anderson was always a kicker. Fuck, who was it? It was a quarterback, but he was always ripping cigs.
Was Joe Montana?
Well, he was like playing at like 48 years old and looked like 70.
Oh, yeah. One of those guys.
Yeah.
That guy did not have an off-season job.
No.
I'm pretty sure of it. So this time, back then, in 2020, getting back to that, AAF also was launched. The American Athletic Football Conference or something to that effect. So it was launched also in 2020. My problem is
Oh, it was the AFL. Right?
Or was it? I thought
American
it was,
Football League?
Yeah, I thought it was AAF.
You could be right.
Okay.
AFL was back in the day, like before
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Well, so was the XFL.
Really? It was.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you
Oh,
can
the
still
name?
read it, like, use the same name.
Well, even when I was a kid, there was still. My question was this: was there too many leagues? So you're talking about the USFL back. They had that deal with back in '84. They had the World League. When I was growing up, you had teams that were over in Europe.
Yeah, the Dragons and the...
the original, the
Well, that was in, like, the early 2000s, too, right?
What was it around that time too?
Well,
I just
NFL
remember
Europe
the World
or
League.
whatever, right?
Yeah, well, but I think this was even different than NFL Europe.
Okay.
It was called the World League, but they had like I don't know.
And you also
the
got...
Birmingham Big Bens.
Right. Well, you got
bullshit like that.
Were
Like,
they all like
USFL,
raping
yeah.
women in bathrooms?
yeah, it's like I might.
Pittsburgh or Miami of Ohio. But you got to think too, like 2001, 2000, that time frame. It was like right before the NFL like jumped Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
So like
Great
football was big, but it wasn't fucking. It wasn't America's game quite yet.
No.
And even the NBA, Michael Jordan, that whole era
It elevated that.
Elevated.
Yeah.
So they were trying to compete with that, and then the NFL has just done this, and everything
Right.
else is
Everything
kind of
else
leveled
just
off. Well,
down.
MLB's going.
It's definitely going down. It's definitely a Scud missile. What have we been talking about? Baseball. What's their problem again? There's a couple of salary cap.
Yeah.
Get a fucking salary.
Well,
cap.
it's not even. It's just the way that they play now. It's so like. You have your starting pitcher out there for 4 innings because he throws 106 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true too.
Legalized roids. I like that.
That's fine.
Bring back
That's fine.
Barry Bonds would still play if he could run it up.
Probably.
Have fucking 9,000 home runs.
He was still the greatest.
Still getting the MVP.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, he would. All right. So getting on to this new XFL that was introduced last weekend, the 2023 teams.
I did see Josh Gordon got a tutty.
He did. So the Seattle Sea Dragons, they actually played last night too.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to what you're talking about,
That's
though.
a super gay name.
Yeah, the Seattle
hate
Sea
that.
Dragons. Yeah, I mean it's like a terrible logo too.
Well,
It probably
Seahawks,
has,
Sea Dragons.
Sea Dragons.
Sea
One-
cocksuckers,
They
that's
just
right.
name them the Seattle Superstitious Pessimists.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they should have just named them the Seattle Sonics just to piss everyone off.
yeah, they should. Seattle Supersonics.
Yes.
The only benefit that I give the Seattle Sea Dragons, who are now 0-2 after last night, they lost again, okay, is the fact that they're the only team that's actually playing in an NFL stadium. Their stadiums, they're playing in soccer stadiums.
Yeah,
There's one, they're playing in Choctaw Stadium, which I don't even know if they should have. Yeah, they should have
but
named that probably.
You know that you're not going to sell out a 60,000 seater.
No, you're not.
So
You're not, except in the Pacific Northwest where there's nothing to do
nothing
because
to
every
do.
day it's
Well,
a
they
rainy
don't
day.
have the Seattle Sonics anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They still have the trilogy.
I've only watched a little of one game. It was last week. It was, I think the Renegades versus Vegas.
That's not a bad name.
No, it's not. There was something in there though that the Houston Roughnecks. I guess there was some kind of lawsuit.
For what?
Well, this is
Are white people going to actually win something? Is that happening?
there was some kind of lawsuit that in 2020 before they came back this year. They were talking about how the emblem resembled too much like the Houston Oilers. So they
Well,
had
that's what a roughneck is.
yeah, but they had that derrick. They had that derrick on their helmets.
Well, it pisses me off that the fucking Titans still own that shit and they don't use it.
Yeah.
Like, let the Texans just be the Oilers. Those uniforms were just perfect.
I mean, the Houston Texans emblem could be like an XFL emblem.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
some of
It's
them
gimmicky like that.
It's gimmicky, and some of them are so bad. So, I mean, Arlington Renegades, Houston Roughnecks, which I'm surprised they actually named the team the Roughnecks.
Right. That's got to be
Let's
Las
just throw it
Vegas
racially.
It might as well just say Houston oil money or something.
Oil money. Yeah.
They're just throwing it in your face. Like, we got fucking oil here
Right.
in Texas, bitch.
You know, Orlando.
Houston white privileged.
The Orlando Guardians. I'm offended by that.
I'm offended.
I mean, we should have the only.
Hey.
I'm not offended.
There's a Guardian fucking statue in Cleveland. That's the only one I know about.
Right,
so
right.
That offends me wholly.
Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and run down. I'm gonna run down some of these teams, some of the notable players, coaches that are playing. I mean, feel free to hop in here. Arlington Renegades. Bob Stoops, old Oklahoma, won the national title in, I believe, 2000, 2001, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's got to be just for the love of the game, right?
Yeah, what are they?
Yeah.
These dudes have money. What are you? You're just bored?
Yeah.
It's got. I mean, wouldn't you like to be on the sidelines again?
I'm 31 though. I'm not 90.
Yeah, but we've been out of the game for what, fucking 13 years or 12
It
years?
would be cool,
Yeah.
but I would have to do it as a job. They're all tucked away.
Yeah.
But they're also doing it as a job and as fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they're in the NFL where every fucking.
I don't
move
love
is
football
scrutinized.
that much. If I had enough money to retire, you would just not see me anymore. Like, I would be retired.
Touche.
Yeah. That's just me, though, I guess. I'm not the big work ethic guy.
Yeah. So I guess Stoops went ahead. He took over for as the interim head coach during. I think it was after Lincoln Riley left, and then they went to the Alamo Bowl. So I don't know. I guess he's also the GM of the Arlington Renegades.
Stoops.
Yeah, Stoops is. So
he's making some money.
yeah. I don't know if it's all about the money or.
Now, owner-wise, it's The Rock that owns the whole fucking thing, or what?
Yeah, there's.
Like, it's
I
all
don't
coming
believe.
out of his
Yeah,
pocket?
it's all him and that.
Damn.
Did you see his wife? Well, and I didn't know when I was doing some of the research.
So he for real is like, fuck you, rich.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, he. Because remember that show? I don't know if you remember the Footballers on HBO.
Ballers?
Or Ballers.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
Ballers.
Yeah.
Ballers.
Dude,
I mean, that was a great
one
show.
of my favorite
It
shows.
got a little weird, like when what the hell is his name? The English dude started coming in there. It was like season 4 or 5. Hell, we were singing this song earlier tonight. Out of Snow. Russell Brand.
Oh, Russell.
Yeah, he was in there. It was like, I'm telling you, it was like
Russell
in
Brand in
season.
there?
Yeah, it was like season 4 or 5.
Bruce in that?
He was in there. It just got a little weird. I stopped watching it, like I do a lot of things like
Yeah,
that.
definitely got funding, Dalton. Well, they had Vegas Vipers. That's a pretty sweet name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, dude, the Ballers. I love that fucking show.
No, I loved it too.
The bald dude, like you
Yeah.
watch
Caleb, Skinny Caleb.
Yeah.
That's what I call him.
Skinny Caleb. Oh,
The dude
just
from Hot
complete
Tub Time
fucking
Machine.
yeah, Hot Tub Time Machine. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolute piece of shit.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Skinny Caleb. That's it.
Yeah, so his, and I was watching a few clips of this, and I guess they had him on ESPN, and they were asking The Rock, like, what was it like when your time, because they had the XFL draft, I think it was held in a room that was smaller than this one.
Did he play for like the XFL or something?
No, he played for the Miami
I know
Hurricanes
he
in college.
played college.
Right.
but I
Didn't he
know.
play in Canada too, or something?
I
I think he did.
For
Didn't he
a
play
little
for, yeah, I think you're right about that. He was in the CFL. Yeah, he was in the CFL.
But it was only for like a year, and then like.
And then he got that call from, Vince McMahon. I keep wanting to say Jim McMahon, but he didn't
Yeah,
have
Vince McMahon was like, I like that bow on your arm.
Well, his dad was a
Come on,
wrestler.
Come on down here.
I don't think he got a call from Vince McMahon.
No, I was just making
his
bullshit there. But.
his dad was a wrestler, and then he kind of got into that circuit, and
Is that how that happened?
yeah.
Because it was like, he was talking about it on the ESPN clip that I watched, and it was the lady, her name's Danny, and I can't remember.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, nowadays that's
2023.
True. That's true. That's true. but she looks.
It is named.
She looks rough. So I don't know. I need to get find out from some of my WWE
It's not it,
people.
it's they.
She is rough, and I'm like, The Rock is going to be like nailing some smoke show, but this girl here, she definitely looks like she's seen a ring or two. And I don't mean one on the finger.
She was carrying the ringer.
Yeah, she was. Woo! But they've been touting her as like the first woman of the first commissioner of a major football league. I'm like, well, let's pump the brakes a little bit.
There's got to be firsts for everything.
Yeah.
This is the year of the first.
Well, the other thing is too. Did anybody check and make sure that she is a woman? I mean, I don't know if they.
Anybody check under the hood?
You can't say that. You can't say that.
How do you perform her oil change? That's what I want to know.
Just ask that castle.
Yeah.
Arlington Renegades. Will Hill, safety, former safety for the Baltimore Ravens. Marquette King, punter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, formerly of the Oakland Raiders. Sal Cannella, former Auburn player and USFL receiving leader last year.
So he went from USFL to XFL?
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of these players, at least some of the notable players, that went over to the XFL.
Yeah.
So what's the USFL doing? Are they reloading? And why do these players? Obviously, the players have bought into this new XFL.
Yeah, it's cool to get behind. It's the fucking Rock.
Everybody
likes that guy.
But we're going into the second year of the USFL, right?
I have no idea.
I mean,
I haven't
after
followed any USFL at all.
well, they had the AFF and then USFL, or is it the third year or something like that? Well, anyway, Sal Cannella, former Auburn player. Yeah, he's a tight end. He scored a touchdown last week.
The Renegades, they got Geronimo Allison too from Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
I seen that when I was watching.
All right.
He was eating. He had like 4 catches in like 6 plays.
How does a guy like is Tony Romo even like 40 now? Like, how do you not get that itch to just go play for a team like that? You know you could.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got to be.
Fox movie though.
Yeah, but he's not doing anything until next fucking season. He could play there.
Yeah, but didn't he like
ripping cigs on the side?
Right, fucking.
He's winning too many pro-ams, and he's
That's true.
I mean, somebody needs to just go ahead and cancel his deal with over there.
Right. Well, I keep seeing freaking like news stories about CBS or whatever, being like, "Hey man, can you like do your job?"
Right. Well, didn't he like sue Jessica Simpson for like alimony?
Oh shit, I didn't see that. I completely forgot they even fucking dated.
Awesome.
That would be fucking perfect.
Or was that Nick Lachey? I can't remember.
Oh, I think it was Lachey.
They were just passing her around.
I just watched Employee of the Month like 2 days ago.
Did you?
I watch that every few
Great
months.
hits.
Dude.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Woo. Woo. All right.
Pulling those ears.
Yeah, the big giant ears.
We touched on this a little bit, getting back to some of the dated coaches here. The Houston Roughnecks. So we have 2 teams in Texas. Coach Wade Phillips, formerly of the Rams, he coached the Cowboys for a while. Where else was he? I mean, he's been defensive coordinator in the league, but I mean,
Chargers, Rams.
Yeah, I mean, he's been around.
Yeah, he's coached pretty good defenses. Well, you said he was head coach for the Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, where else?
Well, he was with Sean McVay. He was their defensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. God,
So,
he's got, what is he, like 80 now?
no, he's up there.
I always liked him though. He's a pretty damn good fucking football.
I mean, how did they decide like who was going to get like a coach? Did him and Stoops just do like rock paper scissors?
They just arm wrestled.
I think they played checkers
Fucked up their
for it.
wrist.
It's still ongoing. Neither one of them's pinned the other one's arm down yet. Quarterback Brandon Silvers played for Troy. Woof. There's a spoken one, yeah. Troy.
Their football program hasn't been that bad in the last 5 or 6 years.
And the Jets. By the way, the Houston Roughnecks picked to finish last in the XFL preseason. They put up the most points last weekend.
Sounds So it's
that's
on track to be the NFL.
right.
Pretty
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like with a league like this, and you're talking about betting, like it needs to last more than 1 year for you to be able to go in there and bet.
Just
Like
smart.
Right.
smart bet, yeah.
And
We're
we
just luck betting at this
Yeah.
point.
Because the talent level's got to be pretty fucking similar
Yeah.
across
Well,
the
yeah,
board.
so they held this the first year they held it like a whole draft.
Right.
To draft all the teams.
Yes. Yep. Las Vegas Vipers. Who's on the Vipers? Anybody in the chat? You say somebody like the Vipers name?
Dalton
did like the Vipers name.
So, Coach Rod Woodson, 11-time
shit.
Pro Bowler
Old safety.
All right.
and Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Linebacker Vic Beasley, former first-round pick by the Atlanta Falcons. Yep, by the Falcons. Wide receiver Martavius Bryant.
Marty B's in
Damn.
the XFL.
Yes.
That dude should still be in there.
Yes. And
That dude was a stud.
quarterback Luis Perez. I had to look that one up a little bit. Although more than likely he's going to get benched here week 2 by ex-Green Bay quarterback Brett Hundley.
What? Oh, Brett Hundley. Okay, I was
Yeah.
thinking of Tyler Huntley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Due to the fact that he was the only.
Hundley, I saw a thing on Hundley. I forget what show it was, but it showed him like in his home life, just fucking. He's just a redneck ass black dude. Bow hunting. For
Didn't
deer
he
in
go
the
to like
woods.
Wisconsin, BC, or like whatever that
I don't
school
know.
is up there? Wasn't he from Wisconsin?
Brett Hundley. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I can't remember where he was at. I think you might be right.
Dude, I remember the fucking like when we went 0-16, when we lost to Green Bay, we were up like 21-7 in the fourth quarter, and that dickhead fucking.
Yeah.
I'm going to interject a quick story here.
Yeah.
So, my 8-year-old son down in the basement. Okay. Canceled. No, he's my son.
And he's locked into the radio.
No, yeah.
Allegedly.
So he's been on the PS4.
He's
and
locked in the
Yeah. I forgot that I even bought. I think it was Madden 2017. By the way, I was going to help you guys see if you guys can help me out with this. He's like, "Hey, Dad, let's play this." So that was the 0-16 Brown season, and Hugh Jackson is playing, and they have Robert Griffin. He's the quarterback.
Yep.
And we're just getting annihilated, and we're playing on the same team. I had
Deserved.
I had to put him to. We played the
Dwayne
Chargers.
Bowe, probably.
Yeah, I think he might have been in there. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we played the Chargers.
Dwayne Bowe, a whopping 1K. Got paid like $9 million.
More than that, I think they gave him like 40.
No.
Well, the deal was for 40, and he just never played.
So I'm trying to help him down there, and it's like the third quarter, and I ended up just shutting the damn game off because I'm like, this is so bad. But I was actually going to take a picture of it. 37-0, we're getting beat by the Chargers.
So you're playing with an XFL team.
And I'm playing on rookie mode.
Yeah.
Dude,
I think we completed one pass.
you know what's sad
That's
is
awesome.
I could play with that team and probably go like 11-5 on all
Yeah,
that.
'cause you're a fucking madman.
You are. I mean, I just like, yeah, give me Bo Jackson and Tech Mobile.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna beat your ass with my little,
Ryan just runs
My little
receiver
eight-
goes
my
every
little-
play.
my little
Go.
eight, my little
Go.
8-bit,
Me?
I'm just
Oh, no, I do not.
my
That's
little
the strategy,
8-bit
just
character.
go.
I want
go,
to see
go.
one of you guys try to catch him, but I feel bad for the
You would
kid.
destroy us at that. I've never played Tech
'Cause I'm
football.
terrible.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm terrible at Madden. I'm not a Maddenite. So, anyway, Brett Hundley probably going to get the start this week for the Vipers.
I didn't think he was that bad when he played Green Bay.
No, I don't think he was.
He was a backup.
I don't. Luis Perez. I don't really know
I don't know
who
who
that
the fuck
was.
that
Yeah, I did have it wrote down, but.
Wisconsin Whitewater. There we go.
Oh, nice.
I knew he
Thank you.
went to one
Thank
of
you.
those.
Thank you. So, getting back, I guess Perez last week, he was the only quarterback that threw 2 pick sixes in one game.
Dak
I
Prescott?
was the only guy to ever do that. He pulled
Well,
his cleat
I mean,
and tried to
in the
stab
first,
somebody.
yeah, the first week in the XFL. So yeah, he threw 2 pick sixes in one game, and because I think the Vipers, I think the Vipers, yeah, that team played the Houston Roughnecks, I believe, last
So
week.
you're saying Josh Rosen has a future in the XFL?
He could.
Two
He
pick
could.
sixes.
Hell, I'd call Matt Schaub up.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, he would be perfect.
Right.
Because, yeah.
He probably still lives in Houston.
Oh,
So-
for sure.
Getting back to the whole betting thing, and Houston Roughnecks were supposed to be the least favorite team in this league, but with that guy throwing 2 pick sixes, and I said they scored 33 points last weekend. So we're just gonna have to see exactly, if Wade Phillips and the Houston Roughnecks are really that good, or is Rod Woodson and the Vipers that bad?
Right.
I like the extra point in the XFL. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just because I fucking hate in the NFL when the game gets won by a kicker.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't fucking
Yeah,
stand
absolutely.
that.
They don't kick extra points?
No, they start at, I believe it's like the 2-yard line for a 1 point, like the 5-yard line for a 2 point, and then they have a 3 point from the 10-yard line, which I think is cool because I hate that you get to watch these freak fucking athletes in the NFL all game, and then some little fucking 160-pound dweeb wins the game for somebody.
I know.
I hate it so much.
I know.
That's just almost like the nostalgic thing for me. That's the way the game's been played forever. I like that in the NFL, but like with a different league, that's pretty fucking cool.
I think it's awesome.
Well, and going back to the betting and your point there, that's a
Fucking
whole
assholes.
I mean,
well, as soon as they
what are we doing?
soon as they moved out the fucking extra points,
Yeah, that made it a whole different.
Yeah,
even in the
That
regular
really did help a
NFL.
lot.
yeah,
Yeah, but
because it went from like 98% success to like 83.
Yeah, which is
So then there's a lot more missed extra points.
how are you going to handicap that kind of game? You don't know if they're ever going to go for 1, 2, or 3.
Right.
I mean,
That's what makes
good
it
luck.
fun.
It
That
does.
is what,
But
that's
yeah,
what
but I want to
he's
bet
at
on it because I'm a fucking degenerate.
Right.
Getting back, yeah. Orlando Guardians, Coach Terrell Buckley.
Terrell Buckley. Is he an ex-NFL player?
Yes. So he was on. Who was he on? I should have wrote that down.
Was he a fucking Raven?
Probably. There's
I don't
another
know.
Raven
Look it up.
coach already.
Degenerate as well.
Yes.
Fucking Cam. Was it?
Going back to that though, I did watch a clip that was also with Terrell Buckley and Hines Ward, who's another coach.
Yeah, Hines Ward's
Hines
coach.
Ward's a coach.
He's probably just smiling the whole time.
Yeah, he was.
Never gets
I hate
mad.
that fuck.
And I love him.
He played for Green Bay, by the way, Buckley.
Oh, okay, all right.
I hated that motherfucker every single snap that he ever played.
Quarterback Paxton Lynch, which he is going to be one of my Crying Jordan nominees this week.
Yeah,
so
fail.
Former first-round pick of the Denver Broncos back in 2016, 2017, number 26 pick.
And then
Who's
he
that
just
with?
didn't play, and they played some 9-foot tall guy instead of him.
Oh, yeah, it was,
fuck was his name?
hell, the Browns got him. Wasn't
Started
that the
with
same?
Osweiler?
Osweiler, probably
Yeah.
Osweiler.
And
Well,
another guy that
we
we
got
sucked
him.
a ton of money into, right?
Yeah, we got him to also get like a first-round pick with it.
Did he ever even play for the Browns? I don't think
He
took
played
a
one
snap.
preseason game and they cut him. And they took like a $40 million cap hit for it.
Yeah.
Sounds
Well, it was
great.
like, because wasn't he with the Texans, Osweiler too, at some point? And then what do we have to? Do we eat all that contract, or was it half of it?
So we ate all of it.
So we just
God.
love
Just for
dealing
1
with-
year.
We just love dealing
man.
with the Texans.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
That's like our buddy
It is.
in the NFL.
You
Well,
kind of notice
They
that.
both suck dick.
and the thing with the Texans and us is we got so the last like expansion teams.
Did we come back before them?
No, they were
Same
2002.
Yeah, so we came back before them.
Yeah, we came
Yeah.
99. So expansion team wise, we got fucked on because if you look at the Carolina Panthers and The Jaguars.
Jaguars.
They made conference title games the second year in existence because the NFL at that point was giving them.
They got like crazy.
The cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But they got the best players that they could at that point, and then they fucked us in '99. They fucked the Texans. I'll give the Texans props. They went like 8-8, like 6 years in a row.
Right.
But I mean, at that point, it was to be an expansion team. Like right now, how the rules are set up, you're fucked.
Right.
You really got to hit on your draft picks.
Was the same like rules? Did that apply to Baltimore too? Were they considered an expansion team?
They were also considered.
So that's why they were good.
Yeah,
as fuck.
Yeah, because they got like an extra. I think for the first 2 or 3 years, they got 2 or 3 first-round picks, and they were all like, yeah, they were getting loaded.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not like hockey, right? Where the Seattle Kraken basically got to take like so many players from each team, or they got to do.
No, that's what they did in the NFL in the 90s.
Yeah. Right.
There were so many players. It was depending on how their contracts were set up, but you could basically pick like it wasn't like the best player of each team, but there's so many players that were in this pool of like
available
that they could take.
Players. Like
it was almost like a supplemental draft.
Yeah, but it wasn't. They were like it was almost like you could franchise so many players on your team.
Yeah, that you
keep them out.
Yeah, that you can
keep them out of the draft for the expansion teams. Yeah.
And then in '99 they were like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Oh, this is for Cleveland.
Yeah. And it only took us 3 years to get to the playoffs, so it wasn't like that long. But.
Anyway, St. Louis Battlehawks.
Not a bad name.
Yeah. Go back. So.
Battlecocks.
Yeah. Coach Anthony Beck. Don't know who that is, really.
At all.
One of our contributors here helped us out, and quarterback A.J. McCarron, formerly of the Bengals. And did he win a playoff game there? Or he started a playoff game with the Bengals, didn't he?
Did he?
The Bengals didn't win a fucking playoff game till.
No, that's what I'm saying though. I thought maybe he started one. Did he start one there? I could be
went
wrong.
Over Andy Dalton?
Yeah, I thought there was an injury or something.
I don't know, is there anybody from Kentucky on the stream?
Are you Kyle? Kyle, where are you?
Anyway,
I don't think he played. He might have like in the second half or something. I don't remember him starting playoff.
Right. A.J. McCarron though, winning 2 national championships with Alabama.
Well, what's that really saying though?
It's not.
It's not saying much.
It's not. But I mean,
just like every Ohio State quarterback until the last like 4 years.
Right.
It's just a college quarterback.
Friend of the podcast here, Dalton Fix, clued us in on this, and I didn't know about it. But apparently, A.J. McCarron decided to go ahead and go to the XFL instead of taking some
to play.
Yeah, to play some
I'm sure he's made like $50 million
to get some guaranteed money
probably.
with the guaranteed money with the NFL. Is that what it was?
Well, yeah. He forego like to be a backup in the NFL. You're still going to make fucking $5 to $8 million a year.
Yeah.
Especially with he's 8-10 year veteran at this point.
Right.
I watched a TikTok that showed like the highest paid quarterback like per start, and he was like top 4, I think. AJ McCarron was.
Well, and it's the top 1 is probably the dude that played with Green Bay.
No, he played for the Rams. I forget who it was, number 1. But he made like.
Well, he also probably played for. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. It wasn't a crazy like big name. He only started like 3 games.
Yeah, but he had one
like,
big game in Green Bay, and he's always been like the highest paid backup in the league.
Yeah.
Didn't he play at Mizzou? I can't think of his fucking name.
I don't remember.
But A.J. McCarron, I mean, going back to him, if I was to look at these rosters and I'm looking at coaches and quarterbacks, just out of who's available, I would say the Battlehawks would be the team to be, team to pick.
Yeah, because I feel like in a league like that, if you have an elite quarterback in the league, that's going to help a fuckload.
Right. Even though I don't remember who Anthony Beck is, even though I think I did have it wrote down. But I mean,
just like fucking Rod Woodson's a coach.
Yeah.
All he ever did was just play football.
so what? You know, but
That's what I'm
it
saying.
almost sounds
I
like
feel like the coaches don't really.
Was
No.
it Chase Daniels?
Yes. Yep.
that's it. Okay, but it almost sounds like Rod Woodson.
Yeah, he was like $50 million.
Yeah.
Or no, it was like.
He played one game for Green Bay when they were like 14-1, and he threw for like 5 touchdowns. Got a fucking deal. Played like 2 games since.
Yeah. I think he made.
Living the fucking
He
dream.
literally his like money per start was like 10.6 million or something per start. It was insane. Which is awesome.
All right, wide receiver also on the Battlehawks. Wide receiver Darius Shepard, former undrafted free agent of the Green Bay Packers in 2020. Marcel Aitman, Oklahoma State, 7th round pick of the Raiders in 2018. So, I mean, these guys are definitely kind of down the totem pole quite a bit.
Right.
San Antonio Brahmas.
That's so.
I mean, did Rock get the pick as like one of the names of the teams?
I'm sure.
And was he the Brahma Bowl or something in that? One of his nicknames?
Brahmas is super gay. He could do so much better.
You could. I mean, some of these names: Renegades, Roughnecks, Vipers. I mean, I'd rather go back to the 2001 where you're going to get canceled. And, you know, hey, you have to hit
Why
man
not?
and yeah.
But it is The Rock though. Like he's like the most PC dude
He is.
ever.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a jabroni anymore.
You jabronis.
Jabronis. Yeah. The Brahmas, Coach Hines Ward. You're bringing that up.
I like it.
Running back Kalen Ballage, formerly of
I like
the
Kalen
Steelers,
Yeah.
Jets, and was drafted by the
He won a
Dolphins.
couple of fantasy games for me for
Yeah.
sure playing in Miami.
Yeah. Kalen Ballage already leads the league after week 1
I'm sure.
with 84 yards.
That's probably the biggest name I've heard so far.
Yeah.
Like you know
Other than
AJ
Josh Gordon.
McCarron, the name. Yeah, Josh Gordon.
Josh
Obviously
Gordon.
huge.
AJ McCarron,
That's a
Kalen
huge
Ballage.
name, but as far as a player, not that great. Caleb Blanche was good.
I mean,
Not that great.
Martavius Bryant. I mean, that's got to be kind of a big
yeah,
name.
Martavius Bryant was good
Yeah.
too.
I mean, that's
Josh
a big
Gordon
name.
probably had the best season out of any of these
Oh, for
players.
sure.
14 games, just doing blow on the sidelines like a fucking BME.
Selling cars on the side.
Right.
But yeah, Kalen Ballage, first week, 84 yards rushing on 24 carries.
He's still got to be pretty young
And
too,
he,
right?
yeah, he
He's
was
probably
drafted
not
by the
old.
Dolphins in 2018.
So
Yeah.
28 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's young.
So and had 24 carries. He also had 4 passing targets.
Nice.
Nice.
So Seattle Sea Dragons.
There it is.
God,
So-
what a
Yeah.
That's the
stupid
gayest.
fucking
Gayest of
name.
the gay.
Well, I mean the hockey team, the Kraken.
Yeah. That's
I would
cool.
take that over
Sea
the-
Dragons.
Yeah.
What the fuck's a sea? I feel
I
like
don't know.
sea dragons have like sparkles on them. That's what I feel like.
Well, they're sea doggies.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? I mean, they're
I didn't say anything was wrong with it. I just said it was gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay. I'm going to put that out there.
No, that's fine.
If I kind of wish I did like men, my life would be much easier.
Try to cancel us.
Yes.
I support the gays.
You're right.
I want that known.
Right. Coach. Next week, our pod is going to be brought to you by
Vaseline.
the Rainbow Coalition
Yeah.
and KY Jelly.
Only in America.
All right, Coach Jim Haslett, former Redskins defensive coordinator and Saints head coach, for the
Never call you again, Mike Lincoln.
for the 0-2 Seattle Sea Dragons. After they lost last night. Quarterback Ben DiNucci
From Dallas?
from Dallas.
Nice.
So, he hit Josh Gordon week 1.
DiNucci's been everywhere. Like I've watched every season of Hard Knocks. I feel like I've seen him on like 3 seasons of Hard Knocks.
In the background making money.
Yeah, he really is.
So, Haslett is a defensive coordinator.
Didn't DiNucci just come from? I think he went to like the Cardinals. Then he went to Minnesota.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now he's in
because
the
wasn't he
XFL?
with the Dallas? Wasn't he with Dallas preseason last year? I thought he started like their third maybe not their third, but maybe their second preseason game.
Well, and wasn't Dak hurt at the beginning of last year?
Yeah, I think you might be right.
I'm thinking of somebody different, I think.
Okay.
Because the guy I'm thinking of just played in Arizona, like, in a game. Like, because they were down to their, like, fourth or fifth quarterback.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was DiNucci, though.
It
Might not be.
It could have been.
Look it up real quick.
Anyway, just like you guys were saying there, Josh Gordon. So he had a shovel pass from Ben DiNucci week 1, and he also scored a touchdown last night with a pass from Ben DiNucci.
Blown coverage. I've
Yeah,
seen it.
it was. Well, I mean, we're not expecting a whole lot, out of this league, right?
Well, hell,
as
he's
far as
fucking-
coverage.
No, I'm thinking of David Blau. That's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
yeah.
Josh Gordon's got to be like 32 at this point.
Yeah. So what was it, 13-14 season for Josh Gordon? For
The big
Browns?
season he had was
14.
2012.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, right? Wasn't that the year after Peyton Hillis?
I think you might be right about that.
And then,
I
yeah.
was thinking it's 13-14, but I could.
Well, it could.
2012 McCoy was quarterback, right?
Yeah, so it was after that.
Yeah.
I think you might be
Was
right.
it 13?
It might have been 13.
13.
Because it took us till 2018 to.
Never can get clean.
No.
And I've always said this
It's so
about
dumb.
that. It's
He
so
was
dumb.
so
The
good.
whole NBA, like, smokes weed and everybody knows.
Right.
He was doing a little more than
Well,
so.
who cares? If
I
he's
also
not,
don't care.
if he's not pumping steroids, who fucking cares?
Right.
Let's-
What you do in your own time is your own fucking
Yeah.
business.
It's,
And
you work at a job.
Right.
Your job's not busting into your living room. Like, you're doing blow, you're fired.
Well, and let's act like any of the teams in the 80s weren't doing blow.
No. True.
That's the only way you
Well-
can be a mailman.
Right.
is do
Right.
cocaine.
Right.
Yeah. Here's my thing as far as banned substances. You know this when you're going in and you're signing contracts.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have a problem with that? No. We're going back 10 years ago. No, still not really. If it doesn't affect your on job, your job performance, I
But
don't.
that's not. Yeah, it's not steroids. Like.
But you know that when
Yeah.
you're signing a
Yeah,
contract.
he's definitely an idiot.
And if the
Yeah.
NFL says, you know what, Josh Gordon, you can't eat mac and cheese this year. Otherwise, you don't get paid X million amount of dollars. I'm going to do it.
I'd get a lawyer.
And it's hard for me to
love
pass
mac
up
and
some
cheese.
good mac and cheese.
I'd get a lawyer.
Just a simple Kraft mac and cheese, a little bit of pepper.
Yeah,
No.
just the rid, just
gonna
some
fucking eat
homemade
that when I
baked
go
mac and
home
cheese.
We
I
did
mean,
in
that's
the
just-
steroid league.
That's just my personal view. I mean, and I know things have gotten a little.
Yeah, no, like back
relaxed.
then, like sure, like you can't do it. Don't fucking do it.
Yeah,
It does suck because that dude was
yeah.
it was
And I
He was a
agree.
Hall of Famer.
He was Calvin Johnson Jr.
Right.
essentially.
Oh,
And
he was
just fucked.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson, fucking DK Metcalf. Like
Yeah.
he was huge, fast. Like he just looked like a man among boys.
By the way, DK Metcalf, I saw that too. Didn't he just get tested?
That's a fake
Yeah.
video. That's
Right,
not him
right.
jumping.
right.
So
but
if
then-
he got tested after that.
yeah, I think it was a clip
Those
yesterday.
people
I was
are
reading about
idiots.
that. Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, Myles Garrett gets tested anytime he doesn't wear sleeves.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Saw Myles Garrett at the beach today.
I'll-
Tested.
I'll tell you what though, I saw Josh Gordon in a couple clips I watched last night. Those delts are still they look like
he's gonna be like-
Andre Iguodala.
He's gonna be like
I mean,
T.O.
Yeah, T.O.'s. He's gonna be
41
that-
and he's still
Yeah.
jacked as
T.O.'s like
fuck.
50.
Is he? I thought he was 41.
No, he's 50.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
old.
Dude, he was drafted in 1997
Yeah, I think it was like right around then.
Really?
Yeah.
to the Niners. Yeah, he
I
played
did
with
not
fucking
think he
Steve
was that
Young.
old.
Yeah, damn.
Well, even last year he was talking about he thought he could still play. It's like,
Yeah.
we
He
saw.
could. He said he still runs
He
a
got
4.4.
time.
Well, we know what he says he can do, but I mean, can he really do
I
it?
wouldn't doubt him.
I
I
mean,
don't
he
see
still
why he would
was-
lie about it.
No, but he
Why
was
I would love to see him in the XFL
sure.
or the USFL.
That's
Either one
awesome.
of them. Let's go.
No, do it.
I love T.O.
Do
dude.
it.
I miss that dude.
I mean, just go. Just go do it. Because what?
Do it.
Do it. Just because didn't he have that some kind of bet with Andy Reid when he ended up going there to the
To
Eagles?
Philly.
And he said he was going to score 20 touchdowns.
Yeah,
But he ended up- and they
breaking his
were-
leg.
Yeah, he ended up hurting his leg, and it was.
He came back in that Super Bowl, still had like 9 grabs for 100 and some
I know.
yards.
He was an absolute animal.
Absolute stud.
Yep. So the Sea Dragons getting. Just let me ask you this, off the top of your head, just reading some of those: Wade Phillips, Brandon Silvers, Bob Stoops. Who's your quarterback? Rod Woodson with Beasley as linebacker. Why is that guy still not in the league?
Right, he's not that old.
Oh my gosh, with Martavius Bryant.
Yeah,
Martavius Bryant should be in the NFL.
Yeah.
I can think of like 4 teams that could use him right now.
A.J. McCarron with Anthony Beck, Hines Ward with Kalen Balaj, and Hazlitt with Ben DiNucci and Josh Gordon, who they lost their Thursday night game. Their second game was Thursday night. Yes, that's a.
Who's he play for?
Greg Williams is the. Where do you have him down? He's a defensive coordinator.
Really, in the XFL?
XFL?
Yeah,
He was a
in
good
the XFL.
NFL defensive
Yeah.
coordinator.
That shit he did pulled with the Jets was pretty bad.
No,
It was like 4th and 12 with like 8 seconds left. He did an all-out blitz. That's pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah, defensive coordinator Greg Williams.
you gotta watch out for them dudes.
The
that-
DC Defenders.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's the last one. Yeah, actually, I'll have
It
this.
should be DC offenders.
Offense.
Giant cheater.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
Coach, DC
Well-
Defenders, go ahead.
Well, as I say, we did that 30 reaction of 30 for 30, and he was the DC for the Titans at that point.
Yeah, yeah, he
Fucking
was.
stole.
stealing playbooks.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I love it. I
we
love
forgot
it.
to bring that up over that podcast.
Yeah, we
I
did
forgot
forget-
about
You
yeah.
cannot trust a guy with the gel slick back
No.
hair. It looks like he's been on a jet ski all day. You can't trust that.
Looks
Well,
like-
let's be honest here. It looks like Jew hair. Can you
Yeah.
trust that guy?
No.
Looks like Gordon Gecko over there on the
Yeah,
sideline.
Yeah, you just
I
smell
don't,
the
I don't
cocaine.
trust anybody that has a great hairline but looks like they've rode a jet ski all day.
Just like Gecko, he's calling somebody from a gigantic phone that looks like a shoebox.
Right. Well, and he looks like he was just wearing sandals on the sidelines too.
That too. Yeah, the DC Defenders. Forgot about this. Coach Reggie Barlow, former Super Bowl 33 champion under John Gruden. And
For the
Virginia-
Bucks
Yes. So that was the year. That was the Gruden Bowl.
against the Raiders. Yeah.
Yes. Because Gruden was part of that trade with the Raiders.
Yeah, that's so weird.
That
to
was
trade
so
a coach.
weird. And then he went there. He
Well,
was.
Tony
he was part of
Dungy
that
was.
crew.
Tony Dungy was the Buccaneers coach for a while there,
Yeah.
right? And then he went to.
Then he went there. I mean, that was kind of like Dungy's team.
Yeah, it
You know,
was.
he
That's
put
what.
that together.
I think I don't. Did they do a 30 for 30 or something for that? Because they were talking about
yeah,
that.
I don't know if they actually
talking
have
about
done
the
that.
Bucks?
Well,
Yeah.
even that with
Fucking
John
Tiki
Gruden
Barber,
and
or Rondé Barber.
Rondé Barber.
Sapp.
Yeah,
But-
Derek Brooks.
I like that team.
Oh
the,
yeah,
the Raiders were favored by 4 in
Who was
that
the
Super
quarterback of
Bowl.
that team?
Brad Johnson.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
Once
I
again,
wouldn't have
anybody
never known
can
that.
win a Super Bowl when you got a great defense.
Yeah, it's.
Brad Johnson was better than Trent Dilfer though.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give
He
you.
was like, he's like in today's standards like a
Well, he
Kirk
needed
Cousins.
to be because the Bucks defense wasn't the Ravens defense. Like
They're pretty fucking close. Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, fucking Rondé Barber. I mean, they had
I like
dudes
Rondé
on
Barber
the defense.
and Warren Sapp a lot. That's like the only people. Like I remember certain names from that era of football because
Yeah.
I didn't watch it a ton, and it's like that's who you always heard about was like fucking Ray Lewis, Rondé Barber, Warren Sapp,
Yeah.
dudes like that.
Yeah.
But they had so the Raiders though had Tim Brown and they also had Jerry Rice at the time,
Yep.
Hall of Famers, and the quarterback.
Rich Gannon.
Yeah, Rich Gannon. We talked about that on the 30 for 30
Yeah.
last week.
He was good.
I watched that
30-30.
finally. I didn't realize Saragusi fucking died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't even that old.
No,
No,
it's
55.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He didn't look like that unhealthy in the fucking.
No,
Yeah.
he like
Show.
lost like 100 pounds.
Yeah,
after that.
yeah, he didn't look
I'm
that
like
at
10
all.
years away from there. I mean, he reminds me of my body shape.
He said, so they told me I was full of shit. And he's like, well, do you think it was the 40 wings I had last night? Like, Jesus Christ.
That dude just seemed like a good time.
Oh my God, he seemed like
Him and
the
Shane
best
Sharp.
like Italian dude
Oh
ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Arguing with the most like flamboyant, hilarious
Oh, yeah.
black dude would have been the best thing to just be a fly on the
Yeah.
wall and
Yeah.
watch.
Defensive, like going back to this, defensive coordinator Greg Williams, running back Abram Smith, formerly from Baylor and the Saints.
I don't know that name.
I don't know.
I know he's
Here's the thing.
the first drafted.
Yes, and he was he was the first drafted number one pick this year in the XFL.
Huh.
Yeah. Oof. Formerly the Saints.
I mean, Baylor, that's a pretty good pedigree.
Baylor, he set records at Baylor.
Yeah.
Of course, so did
Did he play in the
RG3,
NFL
right?
at all?
Saints?
He was with the Saints for a moment.
Okay, so he
I
didn't
guess.
make the team, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know if he. Yeah, he. I don't
That's
know if he
weird.
moved
He's
around.
picked over Caleb Balazs, who's like proven
Right.
in the NFL.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, but look at our drafts. You know, Mark put out a great thing. I thought that was, why are we glomming onto these guys? You know, you got McShay and you got Mel Kiper, and then all of a sudden, and they just keep cranking out, these picks.
Right.
And how these guys get elevated. You said it was a great point. He's got a better pedigree than Trey Lance. Who is he? That Florida quarterback
Oh,
he was talking about.
Oh, getting hyped.
Yeah, getting hyped up.
he'll probably end up in the first
That's
round.
just the way the league's going
Right.
now. Is that
Well, it's not even-
quarterbacks?
Yeah, but like every year, there's always that one quarterback and it's been that way for a while, that
And
just comes
last
out of
year
fucking
it
nowhere.
was, the Texans took, or Tennessee took.
Oh yeah,
Malik-
from
Yeah,
Liberty.
Malik Willis,
Malik
but that was
Willis,
third
yeah.
round. Like Trey Lance, before the draft happened, or before that started, like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is Trey Lance? He plays at San Diego State. He played 6 games. Like, why are you gonna put your whole franchise behind that instead of a guy from Ohio State?
Mahomes did this. That's what happened.
It did.
That's who did it.
It's before that though.
Not really. Well, I guess a little bit, yeah. Because Green Bay took fucking
Jordan
Jordan
Love,
Love. Yeah.
We took Deshaun Kaiser.
second round,
Or,
but still.
Yeah.
But it was like
He
the
had
beginning of the
physical.
second
Well,
round,
that's the thing. If you have physical traits, you go to the combine. If you have any type of like success in the college ranks,
You gotta get hit both nails on the head though. Like
Yeah.
you gotta have the head for it. Like
right. But if you're
You can't just
6'4",
be a physical
230 and you
freak.
run a 4.4,
the only one that has worked so far that isn't a whiz is Lamar.
well,
he's not
just
that smart.
he's just
He's just a freak.
he's just a freak.
Well, what's that test they always have at the combine too for the
The mental
quarterbacks?
shit?
Yeah. I mean, Baker,
Wonderlic, the
yeah,
Wonderlic.
Baker was off the charts on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baker's
Well, that's why he
smart.
went to. That's why he went
Baker's
to.
smart. He's just 6 foot, 240
Yeah.
Yeah.
pounds.
He doesn't have the
He's
physical
a
traits.
Short little fat bud.
Yeah.
And he's not Drew Brees. He doesn't.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, he's smart. He can learn a playbook. When it comes down to finding passing lanes, or I don't know,
We'll just use a classic term. He doesn't have it.
it doesn't have it.
Whatever it is, he does not have it.
And he has that, or he might have too much of it, because when he got to Cleveland, people loved it. But once you're on a team that's actually good, you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he couldn't do that.
I wish Baker was good. I loved his attitude.
Dude, I have 3
I
of his
love that
jerseys.
he was in commercials and
Still?
shit. That shit was so funny.
Still?
Yeah.
What am I
He's a
gonna do? What am I gonna
charismatic
do with them? I'm never gonna wear them, but I have them.
I just hope you put him over, give him to Goodwill so I can find him.
Well, yeah. I remember I got one of them. It was like $130. I went home.
I just want to go in there on Red
really
Tag
spent that
Tuesday
on that,
and get
or-
him for 50% off.
Yeah. Well, that's being around.
I took Pluck to a game, and he bought a fucking can't remember his name. Dude from Michigan who we traded for Odell. Safety.
Jabir
Good
Peppers.
Girl Peppers,
He
yeah.
bought a Peppers jersey.
I wouldn't mind
Because
just getting him back.
That's all that they had. So we don't even have him. Pluck bought a jersey and is just wearing it in the stands. It was so funny.
I would not mind getting him back.
Oh.
He was always hard nosed.
Yeah. But, Greg Williams was talking about that. He was playing 30 yards off the fucking ball. You guys remember that shit? That was so horrible.
It's easy to crack when you got a 20-yard head start on something.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that. Just where he was positioned. And then we finally do get good, then they trade him for Odell. Which was the right trade. You just didn't have the right quarterback.
All right, some former Browns players in the XFL. Wide receiver Rennell Hall.
You sent this. I didn't know any of these people.
I did. I was hoping some of you guys would too. Why?
Ryan,
I don't
we
even
are on the
know
hook.
Hall.
He's on Arlington. Wide receiver Davion Davis.
I do know that name.
Okay. He's on the Houston Roughnecks.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver Travell Harris, also on the Roughnecks.
Don't know that name.
Okay, well, I'm just showing you.
No,
Besides
yeah,
Josh Gordon, wide receiver Blake Jackson, also of the Sea Dragons, with Josh Gordon.
These must have been like early fucking cuts because I don't know any of these.
Linebacker names. Silas Kelly.
I do know that.
Plays for the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Yeah, he played some special teams.
And future Vegas Viper player Anthony Schwartz. Hopefully.
Fantastic.
Please, for the love of God.
Oh.
The people I've been the most pumped about the Browns drafting are just turds.
Fucking
Like,
shit.
I loved Greedy Williams, turd. I loved Schwartz in the second round, fucking turd.
Third round.
Third round, yeah, turd.
Yeah.
I was not a big Greedy fan. I was a big Grant Delpit fan. I still think there's hope
Delpit
there.
was a great pick.
I think he's a stud.
Yeah.
Greg was a great pick.
And I gotta bring it up. I hated Johnny Manziel.
I loved it.
Yeah. Fucking hated that shit.
I loved it too.
I loved it so much.
But it's just like
But I also love fucking Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn.
I was
But he
22,
got a raw deal.
I was 22, hammered in Columbus, and I'm like, yeah, we need that dude. Like, I loved it so much.
Just doing blow.
Because it's cool when you draft the guy that there's a shitload of hype about.
Right.
Because everybody was talking about Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact that he went that late.
Yeah,
that's when I knew he was
22nd
bad.
pick. Well, look what we took before him. How'd that work out? Fucking Justin Gilbert.
Oh.
Dude,
Yeah, what a great
in that draft class.
fucking, what was that, the 8th or 10th pick? Trash pick. And then, we followed it up with fucking Corey Coleman.
In that draft class, there was 20, and in the first round, there was 22 Pro Bowlers.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We had two picks,
picked
didn't
two.
pick one of them.
Yeah.
We could have had Aaron Donald. We could have had.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many
And we
dudes.
took Justin Gilbert.
I don't think there was really a quarterback in that draft. I think the best quarterback in that draft was like Mariota.
There was only one that went before. I think it was Mariota.
Yeah. So that, there wasn't a quarterback that you should have picked in that first round.
To Tennessee.
Well, was it no, that was 14. I was thinking of Russell Wilson. What draft class was he in?
Who?
Russell Wilson. The 2011 or 12?
I don't
maybe.
know.
Well, 12 was Andrew Luck, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
Didn't he get
Wilson
drafted
was
in
like a
RG3?
third round pick.
What now?
Wilson was like a third round pick.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could have maybe picked him, but that first round was so loaded in talent. You had Julio Jones.
Justin Gilbert and Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. And Gilbert had all the physical tools. He just didn't want to
He
go
sucked.
to work.
He fucking sucked. He was a
And
bum.
for some reason, Pittsburgh gave us like 2 draft picks that we fucked off with later down the road. Is fucking Ray Farmer. But.
Well, the Steelers did the same thing a couple years later, and they took fucking Artie Burns. First round, he was an absolute bum.
Right. Which
So there's ebbs and flows.
But they have a great history. I hate to say that, but they have a great
the
history
Steelers always draft good.
Yeah, and they draft well.
Other than Joe Thomas and
Joe
Myles
Thomas.
Garrett.
I'm just
I
saying,
mean-
yeah, the Browns don't draft for shit.
Denzel Ward, he's been to 2 Pro Bowls.
Lately, it's been good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Greg's good.
Yeah, Greg's good.
Ward's good.
Miles is
Miles is good.
good. Njoku.
Baker was not the right quarterback, but early he was solid.
Who
Yeah.
was?
Chief,
Well, he wasn't like
Chief is good.
he wasn't Manziel horrible. He wasn't like he went to he won a playoff game.
Yeah. Perrion's good.
Yeah.
Well,
For what? Perrion was what? 4th?
5th round pick.
Yeah. That's absolutely
Well,
hitting.
Delpit, yeah,
Yeah,
fucking
Grant was good.
and like I said, Njoku, DPJ.
Yep, great pick. He was sneaky too. He was like fucking
6th round.
6th round. He's gonna be good. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, dude.
He already started eating last year.
And then as soon as like Watson came in, he was getting all of the
He got
targets.
fucking 8 or 9 targets a game.
And like when you look at him, you're like, dude, that dude looks
He's
like
big.
fucking Randy Moss.
Yeah, he's big as fuck. I was scared by it Logan even said, like, this is my sleeper of the draft, is DPJ. But I hated him because I watched him in Michigan against Ohio State, had like 4 drops in the game, like big play drops.
Right.
Which, that's something you can't, it's hard to break out of a dude.
Yeah.
Because he's like Kellen Winslow. He'll make an insane catch. He'll make an insane catch, but drop one right in his chest.
Kellen Winslow?
Yeah.
Talking about Braylon Edwards?
Braylon Edwards,
Yeah.
that's what I meant.
The Kellen Winslow, before he was a rapist, was pretty good.
Yeah, Braylon Edwards is the same way. He'd fucking make a circus catch, but right in the numbers he's dropping.
Could not do it.
Oh.
Yeah. Kellen Winslow. Little rape.
His story, dude. If there's ever a 30 for 30 for Kellen Winslow, we gotta do a reaction video like live.
Oh. Just raping grannies in trailer parks.
After making all of the money, and he didn't even play for the first 2 years. He got in a fucking bike accident, and I remember we played
motorcycle
Dallas.
accident. He's not supposed to be riding.
Right, and we played
For his
Dallas the
contract.
next year. Blows his ACL out on a fucking like onside kick, and just making millions. That was before there was any rookie salary cap.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's living the dream.
Some XFL rules and changes since they went out with COVID in 2020. Brandon, you touched on the one there. No extra point.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, must go from the second 2-yard line for 1 point, 5-yard line for 2 points, 10-yard line for 3.
I think maybe even a cooler adaptation of that is you got to put your fucking backup quarterback in. That's kind of like a kicker aspect of it.
Right. I mean, are you going for 3 points with Paxton Lynch next week, or?
No, I'll take Kershaw Spoiler.
Hell, I'll put Ron Woodson in there.
So would I.
At least he
On
can,
that document.
at least he could probably restore.
That dude looks smooth as fuck. Still.
Yeah, dude.
And you can tell he's just a worker. He's got the jeans tucked in.
Oh, yeah.
Shirt.
Yeah.
Like that dude still wakes up and goes to work.
I mean, he's
probably still working out at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Just a piece of shit about it.
Just somehow he's able to blush whenever Syracuse starts talking.
Bitches at the young kids at the gym for not racking their weights. This is why you'll never be disciplined, son. It starts right here.
Here's another one. After a score in the fourth quarter only, a team may opt to try a 4th and 15 from their own 25-yard line. If opponent gets the ball,
Are they playing Madden?
yeah,
Is
right.
that instead of an onside kick? Like?
Yes,
Okay.
and you can only do it in the fourth quarter. If opponent gets the ball, they get it at the attempting team's 25-yard line.
See, again,
Damn.
Yeah.
this is
So
cool.
Fucked if you do, fucked if you don't.
It's risky.
This is cool and it's risky.
It is.
I don't want to see it in the NFL,
Right.
Now that would
but
go.
in a league like this, I think it's fun.
That would go way too out of tradition.
Yeah.
The onside kick, I don't mind. That's
Yeah.
kind of like a staple.
Huh.
I just hate the game being won by some little fuckboy kicking a ball. Ultimately, I just hate that we have Justin Tucker in our division, and it just chaps my ass.
Well,
up.
hey, something we'll roll into here later is Ray Ventrone. Well, Bubba Ventrone, as he's called nowadays, being our
Okay.
special teams guy, and the kickers that he's had has been pretty damn good. So
Well, sounds like we're gonna
we don't
draft
have
another one.
yeah. Well, at least the kick we have now can
Phil
fucking
Lawson,
boot the
this
fuck
is
out
just
of
a
it.
public service announcement. Please come back.
Hey, the only team in the league that
Ben
has
Terry did it till he was fucking 50. Please come back.
the only team in the league that has a fucking kicking coach is the Ravens. Not saying that that's the reason he's that good, but
No.
god damn it, what?
He's just-
The Browns have money hand over fist, or fucking oil money, and all of my dumbass buying this hat and this jersey. Fucking pay a goddamn kicking coach.
I just paid fucking $700 this week to pilot stations, so they got the money.
Truck.
Yeah,
Okay.
truck.
I was thinking like hookers or something. That would have been pretty intriguing.
Lot lizards are much cheaper than that.
Hookers at the Flying J.
Well, I don't know how many
Or
truckers
flying
we got.
jet, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Not pilot.
Basically, overtime situations. College football overtime rules apply. 5-yard line for touchdown attempts. And they go back and forth, and
I would.
What do you
I
think
would
about
wait
that?
40 yard.
they get the 5-yard line.
They get to start at the 5-yard
team
line
does?
for conversions.
Oh, just they get one chance.
Yeah, they get it. Yeah,
And then they go
That's pretty
down
cool.
to the
they go
other
down
end.
to the other end.
That's pretty cool.
Until
That
the
could
game's
get
over.
very annoying though.
It could.
I
It'd
like
take forever.
Dude, the college
Because
has
then you
it
just
so
have
right.
teams just back and forth across the
Yeah,
field.
you could. Well, there's a college game. I think it was
25
2
line's cool.
2 years ago. 2 years ago, wasn't it like
Like
Illinois
6
Penn
overtimes.
State? Yeah, or 6 or 7
The
overtimes.
When it's fun.
25-yard line's cool.
It is fun.
though.
Yeah, but this is 5-yard line. At least,
Yeah, that's
at least you're
kinda
doing.
crazy.
You're getting right there. Well, with these quarterbacks, I mean, I'm not.
I'm just saying, one play at a time is, unless they
Yeah,
do it
that's-
all into the
yeah.
same end zone,
Yeah,
that's dumb.
that's
as
a
fuck.
lot.
Yeah. Well, that could be. I
So
could be
every
wrong about
30
that.
seconds, you're just walking
Because-
from end zone to end zone.
Isn't college like you get the
You
first
still get first
overtime?
downs and shit.
Well, the first overtime you don't have to go for 2. I don't think is the second overtime you have to start going over
I don't know.
for 2. Or is it the third? I like college has the best overtime rules. I think.
Well, I think that's how they. I think
the
that.
NFL,
you're
I
right
think,
about
would be
that.
the best if you couldn't tie. Like, the fact that you can tie
Just
is
keep playing
super
until.
good.
Yeah, I mean, just keep playing until you win. Fuck the ties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that shit, right?
Here's one you guys might like. Head coaches are allowed one challenge a game on any call. Any call. Now,
I think you need two.
okay, I think
If you put 2 on that, I like that.
they can challenge anything.
I love that.
So
And
they
I-
can challenge a play where they think it was pass interference and
Correct.
it's not called.
Correct.
Fucking
That's
love
what
that.
it should be.
I fucking love that.
I mean, I love it
Book
too.
it.
Yeah.
And I think that's, if there's going to be one, so,
Because then you could, instead of refs deciding a game, it can be a coach deciding a game.
so Dean Blandino.
Because we all know in the NFL, there's pass interference practically every passing
Mm-hmm.
play. So if it's something you need, throw it. I mean, it'll keep DBs a lot more honest.
Sure. So Dean Blandino, so I saw this clip, he's actually in charge of the XFL commission, officiating commission. He just recently stated that the XFL wants the players to decide the games,
Yeah,
not the refs.
Right.
that's good.
Is the NFL using the XFL as a test tube, maybe?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, because they've already hit on the sky cams that we covered back in 2001 and the mic'd up
And
players.
it's been nothing but all year bitching about refs. So
Yeah.
Well, and it's been that way for the past 5 to 8 years at least.
yeah.
I mean, they've been fucking horrible.
So I know he's on that side. Of course, he's touting that. Somebody's behind Blandino, telling him to pull.
God, Dean
Pull,
Blandino.
yeah,
what a
pull.
name.
Yeah, telling him
That's
to pull
sounds
the
like a
strings.
snake oil salesman.
Yeah, it does. Telling him to pull the strings
Give
for
my
the
daughter's
NFL.
hand in marriage.
Yes.
Come to me on my daughter's wedding day.
So I'm going to throw this out there though. After week 1, wanted to go ahead and go back to the NFL numbers or the XFL numbers after week 1.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
You know,
So
just pitiful.
opening
1.5.
weekend.
Jeez. That's what we were talking about, like 15.7 million viewers in 2001.
That's all
2001.
fucking wrestling fans.
Yeah,
But that's not bad,
That's great.
right?
that was great.
Especially in 2001.
I think the only thing worse than like their ratings this year is probably fucking CNN. It's the only worst TV ratings.
Well, in women's basketball,
And when WNBA has like 49 views.
I mean, but
2,500.
1.54 million.
yeah, that's horrible.
ESPN and FX. Yeah, USFL in 2022 was double that.
I didn't even know USFL played last year.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, they got cut off because of the. Or no, that was 2022. Yeah, I didn't know they played last year.
yeah,
Didn't I thought USFL was 2020. That was XFL. Okay.
yeah. Well, it was AAF, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, AAF 2019.
AAF.
It was 2019.
Yeah, 2019, and then that led into the second go round for the XFL.
Mhm.
Are they just watering? Is it just watering stuff down at this point? I mean,
I
it's the
think so.
third time around for the
Because
XFL.
Because nobody knows. There's so much more shit. 01, there wasn't shit to do.
Right,
People sat behind their TV.
right.
right now, people fucking barely watch TV unless they heard about a good show on Netflix.
Right.
And
Well,
the NFL has just been a staple for so long.
Well, here's my thing. With the XFL, why didn't they go with some kind of streaming service too? I mean, why didn't they go with like an Amazon Prime or try? I mean, it's probably too much money.
Well,
Probably too much money for The Rock and his beat up wife.
That's literally his wife. The crazy.
That's from what I understand. Yeah, the crazy looking.
They're just paper.
I don't know. He was talking about it in that draft, though. He was
He's
talking about it when they were asking
hellos.
about him in the draft in '95 when he was coming out of Miami. And he said, yeah, we were in this little apartment, and my grandma's calling me from Hawaii and saying, hey, did you get drafted yet? No, sorry, Grandma, it hasn't happened yet. And then, he went on with Calgary, what the hell are they, the Firestorm?
Oh, Calgary Stampeders?
Stampeders, that's it. Yeah, of the CFL. So.
Well, it's there. I didn't even know the fucking XFL was really happening. I mean, I did, but there was no
2020. I was ready to watch.
Yeah.
And
this year though, there was no
COVID. Yeah.
There was no advertisement.
I saw one like commercial with The Rock on it on like Facebook or something.
On Facebook.
Yeah. Not
like
on
honestly,
any sort of TV.
They would probably do better just to fucking stream it on Facebook.
They might. That's a great point. Yeah, they could probably. Yeah, they probably could. Instead of it's ESPN and Disney basically, because some of them are showing ABC as ESPN company or Disney.
Do you know if they just signed like 1 year deal or was it?
I don't know that. I didn't look at that at all. So.
Because I like any professional.
Yeah, they could do it on YouTube and Facebook. I mean, fuck, if we can get 0 viewers, they can get 30. At least 30.
Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and head into our Crying Jordan segment.
Yes.
Always a big fan favorite.
I'm going to go ahead and go first.
Yes, please, Brandon. I can't wait.
I've been stewing mine for 2 weeks.
It's at least since last weekend, right?
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, well, it was like, what, was it Thursday or Friday round? Go ahead.
It was Thursday's round, first round. So Tiger plays with JT and Rory. Tiger and JT are great friends.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger's, like 43, I think? 42, 43.
I think he's like 46.
And they're at the Genesis Invitational. This is Tiger's tournament.
Right.
Like, he's the proprietor of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And has all these back fusions and is old as fuck. And he stepped up to the tee and smacked one. He outdrove JT and Rory, and JT is a good buddy. He let him know.
So
well, I'm giving it to JT because he's class.
He's sneaking a Tampax over to JT.
Yeah, giving him a tampon. Like, hey,
dude, Tiger's
I fucking outdrove you, you pussy. Like, and
50?
it's so awesome because it's his tournament. Like, and just what a fucking goat for doing that. He came under like some scrutiny about it, and he's like, hey, he handled it so good too. He wasn't like a bitch about it. He's like, hey, I apologize if it offended anybody, but that's me and one of my best friends, so
yeah, I'm
gonna leave it at that. He said, that's our humor. If you don't like it and it offends you, I apologize.
Let's just fucking move away from this offending bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
fucking
it's literally
hilarious.
it's like 2% of the population that gives a fuck.
Well, and why are you mad? He's essentially calling him a woman. Which, okay, if women could play on the PGA Tour, they would. But turns out they fucking can't.
Right.
Just like women's tennis, dude.
Yeah.
Or women's soccer. One of my favorite videos is like, the Australian team lost
to a high school boys.
15-year-olds, 7-0. Like, hey, it's just that's the way it's physics.
And it's at the end of the day, it's a joke. Like,
it's a fucking joke.
Over. I love how old school of a tampon it was too. Like, that's been sitting in his bag for 20 years.
I was thinking it was maybe in the restroom, like in a quarter machine.
No, that's what it looks like. He probably got it out of the quarter machine 20 years ago.
It was like I can get a French tickler or a 1980s Tampax.
Yeah.
I'm picking the Tampax.
I just love it that's been in his bag because that's who Tiger is.
I love it.
Hey, let me
I love fucking Tiger Woods.
He's the GOAT. I think if we're going into it, I think if there's like an ultimate goat of any sport, it has to be Tiger. Like, he just was so far above everybody else when he played.
Yeah.
There was nobody close at all.
No, there wasn't.
No, that's true.
And
He's
it's
probably
golf, so
the best.
kind of technically not a sport, but
Yeah.
if there's a title,
He was definitely the best at his sport in his prime
compared to everybody
compared
else,
to everyone else.
by far.
By far.
Because there's Jordan, there's still
Isaiah
the Jordan,
Thomas.
there's still the Jordan LeBron debate. Like,
Right.
there's nobody debating with
I mean,
Tiger.
Tom Brady. 7 rings.
Tom's closer
But,
to Jordan is to Tiger. But it's not like Tom Brady dominated everything.
Yeah, exactly. And it's hard. Well, it's hard to dominate
It's
football that way.
11.
I mean, honestly, if you want to talk about Jim Brown dominated football for fucking 10 years.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Playing against garbage men, and
Yeah.
Well,
Mailman and
so
plumbers.
did Michael.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so did Mike. So did you fucking prick.
All right. I have a couple nominees this week.
Hell yes.
Here it is.
Getting back to the Seattle Sea Dragons, quarterback Paxton Lynch. Now I brought him up, the 26th pick. Paxton Lynch set a new record that even NFL GOAT Tom Brady can't achieve. Lynch is now the only quarterback in history to be benched in the NFL, the XFL, the CFL, and now in the USFL.
Fucking awesome.
That is impressive.
That is impressive.
So if there's a football league linked to America,
Is he chugging a beer on the sideline?
It certainly looks like it. Paxton Lynch will likely be benched at some point or another, if there's ever another league that comes about.
Good lord.
Hey, at least we didn't draft him.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, could he get some rings for that? There has to be something.
Well, his guaranteed contract in the NFL is his ring.
I mean, I almost kind of wanted to throw it on John Elway.
Right?
Yeah.
Although, with our history of drafting players too, it's like, the other one I just saw this story today was, we'll go ahead and play the clip. This is Chad Ochocinco talking on the Shay Shay podcast with Shannon Sharp about how he basically lived inside what is now known as Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati his first couple years.
Let us know if you smell the chili through the video.
Go ahead.
You should be able to.
Spend it on and how much you're spending. Have you always been like that?
Always. You got to remember, I stayed at the stadium the first 2 years.
Right.
I didn't want to spend no money.
Right.
What's the point?
They had to get you up out of it, huh?
Why are you telling Marvin gonna come third year? Why are you telling me go rent a house, go buy a house, go rent a condo, when everything I need is right here in the facility at Paul Brown?
Right.
Showers, cafeteria, TV, couch, gaming system. What's the point?
So he's talking to Shannon Sharp about it. Showers, cold. Okay.
They had the water heaters on.
It's
Cafeteria,
Paul
Cook's
Brown
Choice.
Stadium at that point.
Yeah, Cook's Choice in the cafeteria every day.
Right.
Okay, Breacher, TV, it was a tube TV. Okay. A couch was found on the corner of somewhere in Cincinnati.
So why is he living there?
Just he's that tight. Apparently he
Dude, he would call Marvin Lewis in the
all of
middle.
his money.
He would call Marvin Lewis in the middle of the night and say, "Hey, coach, I'm open."
The
Chad Johnson.
stadium?
Yeah, I hate the Bengals now, but he's one of my favorite players ever. Just because how sad he
Ochocinco
was.
is badass.
Yeah.
gaming system,
Yeah.
Atari. One joystick. Yeah, I mean, Paul Brown's not spent. We talked about that story when he would basically wasn't even giving the players bottled water.
Oh, God. Yeah, and they've been practicing outside.
He's like Billy Bean from fucking Moneyball. He's like, you gotta stock our pop machines for
Right.
3 years. I don't want my players buying pop.
And so of course, in the vending machine, there's like cups of chili, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hot chili, 5-way,
yeah.
3-way,
Cup of noodles chili.
no way. Chad, come here.
East Palestine. Oh, yeah, you ever see a golfer grow an arm out of his ass. That'll really draw a crowd.
All right, Ryan, who's your crying Jordan this week?
Well, I wish I would be more technically savvy, but it's going to be me because since I started betting like a piece of shit.
Welcome to the
You
club.
won your first week. You should have just immediately got out.
Well, I didn't win my first week.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, it took my third bet to win, which I won $16, but I've lost 6 other bets, so I'm down about $50. So fuck it.
Welcome to life.
Yeah, and well, I've also
Welcome to the club.
You could just take Logan's strategy and just spend $300 a week until you finally did it.
You're right. Well, the thing is I was supposed to get free money to bet with. Didn't get that, so we might have to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll have to
Did you
figure
get?
that out.
Did you get something for me for
I
using that
didn't.
link?
I don't know. I don't think. Well,
See, that's why I don't know what happened, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not that far down.
When I
But
signed
I've
Kirsten
won.
up,
I've won 1 bet and I've lost 6, so I deserve a crying Jordan of the week.
That's not a very good ratio.
It's not good at
That's
all.
Paxton Lynch like.
No, but the thing is dude, Ricky Fowler, I betted for him to be in the top 10,
That's
and
terrible.
but he was so close. He was literally like
Which?
3 strokes off.
At the Waste Management?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was close. I had Ricky Fowler in my lineup too.
I would have won like $3,500.
That would have been sick. I had him in my Waste Management. My golf lineups, I've done them 2 weeks in a row. I should give myself a crying Jordan.
Oh.
Because I kept preaching to you guys, like, I've never been under 50% as far as the double ups. I've played 2 weeks now, and both absolute ass.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because as soon as I started betting, these assholes just stopped putting their bets in the chat, and I'm just.
Well, mine sucked because the first week
But
I
football
played,
did just stop. So.
first week I played was Waste Management, and I put money on like Max Homa.
Well, I put Tiger to be in the top 10 too, and
That he was close.
yeah, he was
Right.
close. Then he tailed off.
I was a total degenerate there last
I
weekend
liked
when
your
I texted
bet.
your guy.
The
Yeah.
Kyle Busch, and then he fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
Well, and
So-
what pisses me off is the one bet that I won. I took the over on the points in the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game.
So you bet on a fake game.
Yeah, and I won. And it was literally like 90-something to 90-something at half, and it was like,
Jesus Christ.
well, and it was like 336 for the over. And I'm like, yeah, I should have just bet everything on it because I knew it was going to go over.
Right.
And I didn't. I only bet like fucking $20. I won like $20. That's all I won. I could have won probably $100 and some bucks, and I didn't.
Yeah, my golf shit sucked because first week I played, I had like Max Homa, who was hot, didn't do shit. So next week I'm like, okay, fuck you, Homa, not starting you. Played Scotty Scheffler because he just won the Waste Management,
Right.
and all of a sudden Max Homa goes off, Rom goes off, Scotty Scheffler takes a shit, and I'm just like, Jesus, this is hard to come by this year.
Yeah, I can't fucking bet golf because I can't watch golf.
Dude,
You can.
I love
I can't.
watching golf. Well, you don't
I
ever
do.
really play, so
No,
you don't.
I suck at golf.
Well, you don't understand like how
How hard it is.
insane what they're
Oh,
doing.
I understand how hard it is
Yeah.
because I fucking
I'm just
suck
saying
at
you
golf.
don't.
Oh, okay.
You don't really. You don't appreciate it as much as like I would.
No.
Because I've played a shitload of golf and I'm not that good, but
You're
watching
really good for not playing as much as you do.
no, watching these dudes it just baffles my mind. Because you don't even get to see, like, the greens they're standing on. Like, on TV, they just look like they're putting on a carpet at Dick's.
Right.
No, this shit is literally fucking insane. It's
Yeah.
undulated everywhere, like, and it's nuts. Like, when you see them putting, and at the end of their putt, it just breaks to the right.
Well,
like a whole
that's a
foot.
presentation problem.
Yeah.
But it's just hard to watch. It's just some dude doing this. And
Yeah,
it's-
pretty much. You should start watching golf with like the fun tournaments. Like you should have watched the Waste Management because the 16th hole there is literally in a fucking arena. Like there's grandstand all the way around the whole hole.
They need a Happy Gilmore.
That's
Am I wrong?
the Waste Management is the closest thing to Happy Go. If they hit a hole in one or make a long putt, they have to pause play and take 10 minutes to pick up beer cans
Hell
off
yeah.
the field. It's literally badass.
I like that.
Like
I do.
They say the Waste Management is like top 4, like sporting event as far as people that show up. There's like 250,000 people that'll show up on a Sunday, which is fucking insane.
I get it. I just can't watch it. It's just like hockey. Like, I feel like it'd be great in person.
I can't watch hockey either.
I just can't watch it on TV.
I've never been to a hockey game.
And we should do that.
We should.
I went to one. It's fucking
We should
awesome.
go to
I've heard it in
You
live.
don't even
It's
have
great.
to know what's going on, but you can just see a puck going to goal.
It's literally like football and fucking skates.
Yeah.
And those dudes are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, getting back to my, I should have had you go ahead and throw this in there too. Getting back to my degenerate ways. Tiger Woods to finish in the top 10. So I had to go ahead and give Tiger this one on this isn't mine, I ripped it off, but I mean the guy finishing, yeah.
It's just I've been waiting.
45th.
Yeah, he was
I've been
just
waiting-
running Saturday. He played
Yeah,
good
he
Saturday.
was. Yeah.
That's when I made that bet. Because he was like -2 or -2.
He was only 3 strokes off
Yeah.
top 10, and then took a shit on Sunday.
Well, and that same day I had Ricky Fowler, and he hit like -4 the next day. I was like, fuck, I might make this goddamn money. And I think he ended up like 18th or
That's
something.
what sucks, man. Is they can just have a shit day. And
Yeah, you're done.
Fuck.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the Browns' recent news here, which Mike Prefert's
Gone.
gone. Toad.
See you later.
Love the headline that was put out by CBS Sports that day, and I screenshotted it and sent it to you guys. I'm like, okay, he coached 1 playoff game. It was
Right.
only Browns playoff win in 28 years. How many games did he hit the special teams
He
unit?
has lost us.
Lost us the game.
Yeah.
Number
Alex
1.
Van Pelt won that game, and the defenders won that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, absolutely. So, the Browns have went out and already hired a new defensive coordinator.
Is it Josh Cripps?
Raven Trone.
Ray Ventrone.
Damn, that sounds
I
like
actually
a
seen something
WWE
where-
superstar name.
Right. I seen something where Josh Cripps said that he would not coach there until Stefanski's gone. I don't know what.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why.
So Josh Cripps is a fucking racist.
Fucking black privilege.
Yeah. That'll be a saying in 5 years.
Probably.
Mark is tending to family
He's
matters,
tending-
I think.
Yeah. I think family matters means vagina.
Yeah. No, Raven Trone, I remember when he was here, he was a great special teams player. Played
I've
with,
never heard that name ever.
well, because you don't play Madden like I do. So.
That's very true.
That's honestly why I know him. And he was a fucking beast on special. No, but he was a beast on special teams. I
Should we
remember when
get James Thrash
he-
too.
he also played some safety when Sean Jones was hurt.
Okay.
He was actually a really good safety. And Deshaun Gibson. Everybody
Okay.
remembers him.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. He also filled in for him when he was here. Great player. Played with a lot of heart.
Both as a player and a coach.
Yeah.
I feel like special teams, you just have to be like a max discipline guy.
Well,
'Cause
discipline
you're
and
dealing with all the young talent on the team.
yes, I
Hey,
do. Right.
hey, don't fuck this up. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta be disciplined.
Yep.
So,
And we already know Stefanski obviously isn't big on discipline because we're the most fucking penalized team in the league.
yeah.
Well, we're in the bottom half for
Yeah.
sure.
So,
Well, we're also the Browns, which the refs love to fuck with us.
So,
Against everybody.
Ventrone,
And the Bengals are good because they're in Kentucky.
They're in Kentucky. Yeah.
Ventrone with the Patriots.
Yep.
That was that Super Bowl. looks
That's
like,
when they went
42,
undefeated.
2000. Oh yeah, 2008.
7. Well, 2008.
Well,
January,
2008
the
Super Bowl,
February.
right? For 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Patriots win that year.
No, they lost to the Giants. Yeah.
That's great.
They did win the previous, like, 3 of them, though.
Plaxico Burress.
Yeah, shot himself. Fucking dumbass.
Yeah, that's who that catch was to, wasn't it?
No, it was Mario
that was
Manningham and
Manningham, that's
David Tyree.
Tyree.
Also with the Colts organization
Yeah.
in 2018 as their special teams coordinator. Ventrone has been considered one of the top bright young coaching minds in the league. In June of 2022, he was named to the Athletics 40 under 40 list, compiling 40 top coaches under the age of 40.
Yeah. A lot of people think he's going to be head coach someday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ventrone told the Athletic that I made it as a teamer. So for me, it's an easy selling point to get to those guys to get the guys to buy in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but where are you at that you've been all these places and now you're a special teams coach for the Browns?
Well,
That's not really an upgrade in a job.
He's only been a special teams coach in Indy. He was at these places as a player.
Oh,
he was in New England, then went to Cleveland, then went to San Francisco.
Okay.
Played in a Super Bowl with San Francisco against the Ravens, and then he went to
Is that
to Indianapolis.
Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, players love him.
Well, player coaches always seem to do well. Like, look at what the
Yeah.
fucking Lions are doing. Like,
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that I liked. Yeah, with Deuce Staley over in Detroit.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I
you can
wanted.
command ultimate respect if you've been there before. If you're not one of these crazy coaches like Belichick,
Well, I love Schwartz as a
and
defensive
McVay.
coordinator because he's done it. He's
Yeah.
won a Super Bowl. He's been a good defensive coordinator for a lot of different teams.
I'm
and
just
then now
saying,
you have a player.
as far as like respect from players,
Yeah.
if you've played, you automatically
Well,
have
he's
it.
like 40, so he's been in the league pretty fucking not that long ago.
Yeah. I dig it.
All right.
Definitely making moves that I ain't mad about.
Well-esteemed NFL writer Rick Goslin had the Colts ranked in the top 10 special team units in 4 of the last 5 seasons in his annual special teams rankings.
I think 4 of the last 5 have been like top 4 too, right?
Yeah, he slotted him second in 2018, 29th in 2019, 4th in 2020, 2nd in 2021, and 8th in 2022.
8th, okay.
So, during Ventrone's 5
Well,
seasons...
the Colts, to be fair, have just
To be fair,
they've been in shambles the last couple years.
Well, it's because they can't get the quarterback position.
Well, I know. I'm just saying,
They're
as a
all
team,
kind of
talent-wise,
Yeah.
there's
your
not a
owner
lot
loves
there.
cocaine.
Yeah. There's not a lot there talent-wise as far as
Yeah.
to reflect on your special teams coach.
Well, and I saw something about...
He's done well there, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's probably why it's dropped off.
Yeah. I think I saw something that they might consider dealing away the running back, Jonathan Taylor.
JT? Really?
Yeah. To try to go ahead. I just saw that
That would
clip
be a
last night.
to move
horrible,
up in the
horrible
draft.
mistake.
Well, yeah, the move up, but they're just trying to get more. I think they're trying to get more draft capital too.
That would be a horrible, horrible mistake.
Yeah. I mean,
Nowadays, though, like a
with running backs, I mean, I don't know. Well, I think
Yeah, but there's like
Don't
5.
trade Nick Chubb, but
There's
like,
5 elite guys, and he's one of them.
He definitely
you
is.
certainly don't want to get rid of him.
no. Well, I
I
think
don't know, dude. If you can get that quarterback, your quarterback's gonna matter a lot
But
more than.
what is, you have a for sure known locked in top 5 running back, and you're going to take a shot?
We just went 7 and 10 with Nick Chubb.
I understand that, but
I know
taking
you.
I mean,
shot
how
on the
many
rookies-
championships has Derrick Henry won? How many? At this point, it's great to have that guy, but you need a quarterback. You need wide receivers. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Well, they have that
Their
new
wide receiver core ain't half bad. They got Michael Pittman,
Pity City.
Pity City. They got the rookie from last year, that white dude. He was pretty good.
Yeah, but they don't
Alex
have
something.
a dude.
I know.
That's why I get what you're saying because
They
believe
keep,
me, I do
they keep
not want
playing
to trade
the
Nick Chubb.
let's
But like,
recycle this quarterback role.
Yeah.
well, you got to find one at some point.
It'll be
We've been
interesting.
doing it for fucking 20 years.
Exactly. It's
Well, they got
fucking-
so they got
it's
that.
not easy to do.
They got
No,
the
it's
new
not.
head coach.
I can't
too.
wait for the Steelers to do it for
So,
the next 20
you know,
years.
the
Right.
new head coach, and I think Jonathan Taylor is also in his do or die kind of 5th-year option here too.
Yeah, because he's probably what, like 26 now.
No, he's
27.
I think he's
30.
going to be going into his 5th-year option.
Well, he was a 4-year player at Wisconsin, so he was 22. Now he's probably 26.
This is his 4th year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, this the
He's
one
probably like 26.
we're going into his 4th year.
His 4th
Yeah.
year.
Okay, all right.
So as a running back, that's like Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb. Like that shit doesn't happen. Usually, you get 3 or 4 years out of a guy, and then he starts tailing off.
Right.
Well, it's easy for us to keep Nick Chubb healthy, he doesn't even play half the fucking time.
He just gets the second most carries in the league every year.
Barely.
Yeah.
He
But
should
that's
get
still
more.
a lot. I understand, but he's not like he's not getting used.
Yeah. Derrick Henry gets he's been getting 50 carries a game since he was
at some point
14 years old.
He's also 6'4", 250.
Yeah.
He's everybody's dad in the field.
Yeah, he's like a defensive end.
I'll
Yeah.
never forget that picture of him
Him and Mark Ingram. Jesus.
just looking like his dad.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Some NFL free agent needs for the Browns. Javon Hargrave, defensive tackle of Philly.
Yeah, love it. Let's get him.
Let's go get him.
Yes, absolutely.
92.2 Pro Football Focus pass rush grade.
Yes. We need a stud interior defensive line.
We have to.
Yes.
And we talked about this. I think Schwartz is going to have to.
I would rather have that stud be in the middle than another stud on the outside.
Oh, yeah. Me
Oh,
too.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Just have somebody that's comparable out there. Like Alex Wright, I wouldn't mind him being the other outside rusher.
Yeah.
Because you can mix and match these guys wherever you want them to be on pass rushing downs.
Right.
But you want to be able to stop the fucking run.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Jesse Bates, free safety for Cincinnati. 76.8 Pro Football Focus grade, 13th at the position.
The thing is I would rather us bring back John Johnson and have Jim Schwartz coach him up than spend a bunch of money on at safety. We have 3 really good corners. I like AJ Green at corner. I like Grant Delpit at safety. I think John Johnson is a really good safety.
Yeah.
I just think Joe Woods is a fucking idiot.
I agree.
Who's
and
other, not Delpit,
Ronnie Harrison?
Ronnie.
Old
Coverhead.
they could probably find a safety out there that might work better. That's played for
We need fucking
Jim Schwartz. That would be better than Ronnie Harrison.
we just-
and it would be a lot cheaper.
we
than
need all of our-
getting a Jesse Bates.
We need all of our linebackers healthy too. That's what's
Yeah,
fucking
we have good
sucks.
linebackers. They just need to get. They just
Yeah.
need to stay healthy.
Maybe add one more piece, just in case we get in a scenario like we did last.
Well, like Anthony Walker, like that was a dirty play that happened when he got hurt. Everybody forgets about that. Fucking Pittsburgh, go fuck yourself.
Right.
But yeah, I mean it was just bad luck. You're not gonna have fucking 4 linebackers go out for a season-ending
all
injuries.
4 of your starting
Best.
rotation at linebacker
Yes.
are
Yeah,
out.
yeah. That's not gonna happen again.
But I also think having that strong presence on the interior defensive line is
Yeah, that's gonna help
that.
those linebackers.
It's going to help those
Yeah, 'cause then
linebackers. They
there's
don't have to work.
Because they were getting beat up for fucking shit
Sure,
12 weeks.
absolutely.
Yeah, then you don't have guards getting to the second level.
Yeah.
Because you have a monster down there
And
that you got
tackles.
to worry
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
And Perrion, I think he's going to develop.
He's gonna be good. At least solid. You just need solid interior play.
Yeah.
We had like the worst ever.
And outside of Perrion, I can't even fucking name one of our interior defensive linemen.
Taven Bryant. I wouldn't mind him coming
Tommy
back.
Togiai.
I wouldn't mind Taven Bryant coming back for like pass rushing downs, but he's
Let's
not
just
a,
get fucking
he's not
Sheldon
an everyday.
back.
Well,
Yeah,
Sheldon
right.
Richardson, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see Larry Ogunjobi coming back.
Yeah.
I'm pissed that Pittsburgh had him.
Yeah.
Well, and he also went to Cincinnati.
Kind of my favorite.
Since Kentucky.
I think you, Ryan, and I, we've kind of talked about this on a personal level, but Deron Payne, Washington.
I would love that.
95 pressures since 2021, 10th most with interior defenders.
Yeah.
11.9% pass rush win rate.
In the middle, that's good because usually you're getting doubled. But I think the next one that I really like, that I think we get at a good steal, is DJ Chark at wide receiver.
Yep.
6'4", 220 pounds.
Could add, for sure.
Yep.
Dude, because Detroit doesn't have space for him. They have too many wide
They got
receivers.
Amon-Ra,
Yeah.
They got fucking.
And you're going to get him at a fucking probably 8 to 12 million, maybe. Because he hasn't been able to stay really that healthy and hasn't produced because he's been in Jacksonville and then Detroit, he got hurt.
Can we swap him for Schwartz?
Oh, fuck yeah, fuck Schwartz.
No, I mean,
I don't think you can do a clean this.
Well, he's a free agent. You're not going to trade him.
That's
You,
true.
you
That's
might
true.
have to pay Detroit more if they're
Yeah.
doing
If they're taking Schwartz,
Yeah.
they're not Snow and Dan Campbell.
Yeah, like, hey, we're gonna give you our dirty
Almost-
laundry, but we'll pay for
I
it.
almost feel bad for him because he he was like going to be an Olympic runner and decided to go to the NFL, he probably would have made more money doing Wheaties commercials than he did in the NFL. But yeah, he can go fuck himself.
Go fuck yourself, man. Don't get me all hyped and then you be a fucking piece of dog shit.
Right.
Anything else? Any other needs there as far as free agency? Oh, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers a little bit. Coming out.
Is he back from his retreat?
Yeah, it's coming out.
He's
of
in the
coming
light.
out of the darkness.
He's in the light now.
So he's all about the coming out of his ayahuasca coma.
So what I've been hearing is he's going to be back in Green Bay again.
That's what, the consensus is.
I just feel like
it's weird.
him on the Jets
walking off the field the way he did not seem like he was going to be back there.
Well, we were talking about this last year and the year before.
That's true, but dude, if he's just a clout chaser, like wanting the media following him.
Or maybe he's just like a regular person and then the media's just on his ass all the time.
Could be.
Can be.
I don't hate.
I like Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
I think he's awesome.
I get what you're
He's
saying.
always a no bullshit type of dude. Like, he's on McAfee's all the time. And he's not bullshitting. He'll tell you straight up. He's like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Right. And, like, it's almost like you live long enough to see yourself become the villain type of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because he is a fucking...
He's a different cat, but, like, the dude's great.
He's a stud.
So the Derek Carr interview sweepstakes started this week. I guess he visited the Jets first.
They would be good with him.
Yeah.
They would. Colts would be good with him.
Yeah, I've been saying that. I think that's going to be the next one.
The Colts stay.
How does he not just like go to Tampa?
Quarterback roundup.
That's another
Tampa
one too.
Would be,
That would be another great one
Or
too.
Atlanta. I mean, like, there's. Why would you not want to
Tampa
go to the
is just
NFC?
now immediately fucked. Like, they have an insane wide receiver core.
So yeah, who's the Denver head coach? He's now the offensive coordinator for the Jets.
Oh,
Hackett.
Yeah.
Hackett. Didn't he? Wasn't there something in there that does he have some kind of affiliation with Carr?
He
Or
has
somebody had affiliation with somebody. Was it Rod? Oh, that's what it was. Rodgers. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I don't.
How are you a good offensive coordinator and you just become the absolute worst head coach?
Right, because you're not letting Russ
Hugh
cook.
Jackson.
To be fair.
There's not a
To be
discussion.
fair. Yeah, there's not.
Alright, so
You think Hugh Jackson ever got his daughter's trophies out of that house yet, or you think they're still sitting there?
I'm sure he still owns it. I'm sure the Hasms are still paying him.
Why'd I get fired?
Well, they gave him an
Black?
extension in what, 2018?
Yeah.
So it's probably the last. They're probably not paying him anymore, but they were probably paying him up until this year. It's fucking unreal.
I mean, I just wanted to see him drown in Lake Erie.
Right. Oh yes.
Like the Four Brothers scene where they pull the ice out,
Yeah.
throw his ass under the ice.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg just beats his ass. That'd be fucking
But
awesome. Come on, Mac.
There's nothing else.
That's
I need
it?
to take a piss.
Me too.
So
Getting full.
All right.
Ryan's literally over here sweating. He kind of pissed.
for like the last 20 minutes.
Wait till your age. I need a Foley catheter.
Before we go out, I want to throw one more thing in. Does anybody else feel bad about like Jarvis Landry? Because I feel like he like retired and then you know how some of them people retire and then just die.
He
Like,
retired?
Old men
Yeah.
retire and
Yeah.
then they don't work anymore and die.
Right.
I feel like that happened to Jarvis. He
Soon
left
as he
the
went to
Browns
New Orleans,
and he's just a
died.
fucking dead person now.
Yeah.
I know. I love Jarvis.
I love Jarvis. He's
Come
turning that
back.
team around.
I
Come
got
back.
the jersey
Come
in the
back.
basement.
Yeah.
Come back. Yep.
So we want to go ahead and definitely give a shout out to all our followers and stuff. Go ahead and follow us on YouTube, TikTok,
Like and
Instagram.
subscribe.
Please like and subscribe. Share with your friends.
If
Facebook.
we get 50 new likes this week, I will video Ryan pissing right after this.
Yep.
And it will
Okay.
be on next week's
It'll
episode.
make you feel better about
I'm
yourself.
just gonna keep sitting here and talking so Ryan can't piss.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Hey, Raw Doggers out.
Raw Doggers
Love you
out.
guys.